Zsuzsa, Koncz, or some similar pronunciation, or if you're Hungarian, apparently Koncz Zsuzsa, because they put the names the other way around, apparently, is a Hungarian pop and rock singer. She started her career in 1962 and she's still going. She has been immensely popular in Hungary. Wikipedia lists 44 albums on her page, but they don't have pages of their own. Hi, my name's Dan. So I am not going to even attempt to pronounce the name of this album. But I'm going to say that this is the first request review that I have done on my channel, and it's been requested by a user going by the name of Barry Moore. I have no idea if that's your real name or not, Barry, but thanks for posting the request, and thanks for the eloquent post that you made about this album, and all the things that you've said about it. I, for the record, have no issue listening to things in Hungarian or in, I think, any language. I have, not just for the reviews, but for a long time been open to listening to music in languages that I don't understand. Yeah, I listen to quite a lot of world music, and there are people that I've followed quite closely that have been in non-English speaking languages. Fine, right. There's an issue that I'm instantly aware of, and will be aware of every time I do a request review, I'm pretty sure, which is that potentially here I'm treading on someone's precious thing. And although I want to be careful about that, my ambition with this is to just treat it like any other review and give you the same kind of honesty that I try and give you with most of my reviews. So let's start with some description. Obviously, it's been sung in Hungarian. I don't understand Hungarian. There are a couple of things that I have looked up with the titles of some of the tracks. The title of the album means something along the lines of "Don't chop any more trees down." Which is a reasonable thing to say, I think. It's 1975, and it's pop, and it's 70s pop, and it really reminds me of a lot of Western 70s pop that was around at the time. I've got a name check here, the Osmonds and the Carpenters and Neil Diamond, but also Eurovision. So some of the tracks here kind of feel like Boom Bang Bang or something. They're not all like that, so it's not all kind of the really kind of the energy pop stuff that you'd expect at Eurovision. There's clear vocals here that are very brought out in the mix. Again, very typical of pop of this sort of era. The singing's decent. She's got a nice voice. I couldn't really tell you whether the expression is good, because I don't know what the words are about. There's a few tracks in here that have got a kind of country feel to them. I'm maybe a bit less keen on those tracks. The two tracks that I liked most were a track, really, my pronunciation is going to be terrible, but Rosie Tut Valamit, which I think means Rosie knows something. So that track really reminded me of something else, and it kind of triggered thoughts to the extent that when it first came on, I wondered if it was a cover of a song that I knew. I tracked down, I think, two songs that I thought sounded really similar to this. One was called White Room, and one's called Tales of Brave Ulysses, and they're both by Cream, and they use a very similar chord sequence to this. I don't think it's anything more than just the fact, possibly inspired by having heard it. I don't think it's a complete lift of the music from another song, just the very fact that those two tracks that I've listed are so similar means that this is a chord sequence. Chord sequences appear all over the places. The other track that I really liked, I'm a bit more secure on the pronunciation of this, Asaka, and that's because it's sung like that in the song, and that means night, I think. And this track has got kind of more of a 60s feel to it. It's got conga percussion going on in it. And I was reminded of stuff like the Mamas and Papas and, all the Leaves are Brown, etc., that kind of track. Overall, I thought it was pleasant. It was fun in places. I thought it was nicely recorded and nicely put together. I thought it was very Western. So, and the note that Barrymore had put, I seem to remember there was some comment about it having a mix of Eastern European folk in that, and I didn't really detect that. Maybe I'm just not tuned in enough to detect that. I do like stuff that has that element of Eastern European folk from kind of later on. So I was a little bit looking forward to that. I'm not marking it down because I didn't have that, but maybe was mildly disappointed that wasn't stronger. But it's okay. I wouldn't necessarily say that I would rate it above other pop of this kind of ilk. I'd put it alongside high-profile stuff like the Carpenters, etc., and say it stands up well against the best of European pop, Western European pop of this style. It's not necessarily my favourite style, but it's not one that I particularly dislike either. So it's all right. So this is probably, apart from the person who's posted it, or I'm guessing most people don't know this. I'd love it if some more people had a listen and then gave their opinion as well in the comments. But obviously that's up to you. You don't have to do that. But it'd be nice. That's it from me for now.